minute.
Here, see, this is one of the basic thing you should know. See, this is a rod, okay? It has some mass, okay, and it has some stiffness, okay, stiffness. Okay, so any component in the real world, okay, will have some mass and some stiffness. Okay, this is a body, or a component which is having both mass and stiffness. That is a spring property. So there is no separate mass or separate spring. Okay, every body will have some mass and some stiffness. Is it clear? See, what is stiffness? What is the unit of stiffness, or what is the definition of stiffness? Stiffness is the resistance offered by a body for the unit deflection or deformation. Unit deformation. That is, what is the amount of force is required to deform a body by unit length? Say a rod of 100 mm length. Assume that there is a rod of 100 mm length. Can you make it 101 mm by applying some force on it?
Yes, sir.
You can make it 101, or you can make it 99 mm by applying the compressive force. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Sir, we can.
Yes, you can do it. And if the stresses developed in the body, due to the applied load is within the elastic limit. If the stresses developed in the body due to the applied load is within the limit, then the rod will come to its original shape and size upon the removal of the load. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you apply the load on a body, on a member, then the component will deform. Okay. So initially it was 100 mm, and now upon the application of tensile load, it become 101. Okay. And because of the applied load, there will be a stress created in the body. Is it clear? Please listen carefully. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So because of the applied load, there will be stress created in the body. If that stress is within the elastic limit, okay, if that stress is within the elastic limit, then the body will recover its shape and size upon the removal of the load. Any doubt? Any doubt with this statement?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So, upon the removal, then the component will come back to its original shape and size. Okay. And now,
We remove
this
it.
force hat,
You want to remove that?
Oh yeah.
Vaibhav, Vaibhav,
Relax, my boy, relax.
okay, now, stiffness can be defined as the amount of force required to deform a body by unit length. It may be 1 mm or 1 meter. Right? So, every physical component will have both mass and spring in it. There is no separate mass and separate spring. But For this, for the simplification, and to solve the problem, we represent a physical component into a spring and mass. This spring doesn't have any mass, and this mass doesn't have any stiffness. Okay, that is the assumption what we make. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Manoj Gowda. Manoj, ನೀನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಹೇಳಪ್ಪ. ಮನೋಜ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ? ನಾನೇನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಳಿ. What I said is, any physical component will have both mass and spring in it. Okay, there is no separate spring and separate mass. Okay, so but for the mathematical modeling and solving the vibration problem, we represent this physical component as spring and mass. And here this string doesn't have any mass or any weight. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, these two are same. Okay, a simple rod will have both stiffness and mass in it. Okay, now I'll define the undamped free vibrations again. When the elastic system vibrates because of inherent forces and no external forces is included, external forces are included, it is called as free vibration. Okay, free vibration. If during the vibration, there is no loss of energy due to friction or resistance. It is known as undamped vibration, undamped free vibration. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is known as undamped free vibration, and this is free vibration. Okay. Now, the determination of a natural frequency to avoid the resonance is essential in machine elements. Okay, so if we know the natural frequency, we can avoid in the last class you have studied that natural frequency is the property of the body. Okay, and operating frequency is the frequency of operation, that is maybe RPM or cycles per second. Okay, it is the operating frequency. Say a motor is running at 1440 RPM, then that is known as operating frequency. And the natural frequency is the property of that motor. It depends on the mass and stiffness of the motor body. Okay, so if we know the natural frequency of the component, then we can avoid the frequency of operation, which is same as the natural frequency. If the operating frequency is same as the natural frequency, then it is a case of resonance. Resonance means the amplitude shoots up to infinity or to the maximum. Okay, amplitude of vibration will shoot up. Okay, so to avoid the case of resonance, you need to determine the natural frequency of the given component. See, all of you listen here and please respond to me. All of you have, you know how to ride the bike and you have the bike, right? Okay, most of you have the bike and you know how to ride it and you have used it, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and there are so many components in the bike, right? Whenever you are on the road, you are going on the bike, then you might have observed some vibration sounds from some parts, so some plastic parts or fastened with the help of nut and bolts. For example, the visor of the doom headlight. Have you observed?
Yes, sir.
When you ಬೈಕಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀರಿ ಬೈಕ್ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಸೌಂಡ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅದು ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಸ್ಪೀಡಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅಥವಾ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆ ಸೌಂಡ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಯು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ದಿಸ್
Yes, sir.
ಮನೀಶ್
Yes, sir.
ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಯಾ
ಹಾ ಸರ್, ಟ್ಯೂಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವೈಸರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್,
ಏನು
ಅದು ವೈಬ್ರೇಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್ ಹೆಡ್ಲೈಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವೈಸರ್ಸ್ ಹತ್ರ.
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಸೌಂಡ್ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್
ಹೌದು
ಸ್ಪೀಡ್
ಸರ್.
ಆರ್ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಆ ಸೌಂಡ್ ಹೊರಟೋಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಹೌದು ಸರ್, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು. ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಆ ತರ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಹೌದು ಸರ್.
ನಾವು ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಯು ಲಿಸನ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರೆಸೊನೆನ್ಸ್. ಈಗ ಒಂದು ವೈಸರ್ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್, ರೈಟ್? ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಸಮ್ ರೈಟ್. ಈಗ ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಮಾಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದು ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಕೆಜಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದಾ ನಾವು? ಮನೋಜ್
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್. ಹಲೋ,
ಮಾತಾಡೋದು. ಇವಾಗ ಒಂದು ವೈಸರ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಆ ವೈಸರ್ ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಾಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ನಾವು, ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದಾ? ಒಂದು 100 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, 200 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, 1 kg ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದಾ?
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಸರ್, ಹಂಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದಾ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಸರ್?
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಾಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, ಎಷ್ಟಂತ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ತೂಕ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ. ಈಗ ಅದನ್ನ ಡಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ?
ಹೌದು ಹೌದು ಸರ್.
ಹೌದಲ್ಲ? ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಸಮ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಸಮ್ ಸ್ಟಿಫ್ನೆಸ್.
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
Stiffness is nothing but force required to deflect by unit length. It is having both mass and stiffness. So if any body is having mass and stiffness, then there will be some natural frequency. Natural frequency omega n ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Omega n is equal to root of k by m. This is the equation. Okay, omega n is the property of the body. It is the property. Manish, are you listening?
Yes, sir.
Okay, omega n is the natural frequency of that body. It is a property of the body. In vehicle speed ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಒಂದು 60 km/h ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀಯ, ಅವಾಗ ಸೌಂಡ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರಲ್ಲ. 65 km/h ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ, ಅವಾಗ
Okay,
ಸೌಂಡ್
sir.
ಬರ್ತದೆ. Okay, we are assuming that at 65 km/h speed, then you can hear the sound from the visor. Okay, we are assuming it. Okay, ನಾವು ಈ ತರ ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ, 65 km/h ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗುವಾಗ ವೈಸರ್ ಇಂದ ಸೌಂಡ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. 64 ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, 66 ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸೌಂಡ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ. 65 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಸೌಂಡ್. Now the meaning is this 65 is the omega, that is operating frequency. Okay, and the natural frequency of the component is also 65. So since these two are same, the vibration has been increased and you are hearing the sound. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Manoj Gowda. Raghavendra Raju.
Yes, sir.
ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು?
ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು.
ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕೇಳಿ, ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಂದ್ಸಲಿ ಕೇಳಿ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದೇ ಸಲ ಅರ್ಥನೂ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಪದೇ ಪದೇ ಕೇಳಬೇಕು, ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
Okay, sir.
But here what I'm saying is omega n is the natural frequency. It is the property of the body, that is it is the property, and operating frequency is different from the natural frequency. If the operating frequency is same as the natural frequency, then the amplitude of the vibration will increase like anything. Okay, and you can hear the resonance sound. Okay, and that is known as resonance. If the operating frequency matches with the natural frequency, then we can say it is a case of resonance. Okay, so ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ನಾವು? ನಮಗೆ ರೆಸೊನೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಬಾರದು, ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು?
It should be more or it should be less than.
So we should avoid the matching of operating frequency with natural frequency. Alva?
Yes, sir.
So if I want to avoid the matching, then I should know the natural frequency of the system or the body. ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ದಿ ಮ್ಯಾಚಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಪರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ, ರೈಟ್? So hence determination of natural frequency to avoid resonance is an essential in machine elements. Okay, and in this chapter the development of equations of motion will be discussed, and natural frequencies of the system are determined. Okay, and one more thing is here we are not considering the damping. Okay, so we will neglect the effect of damping on the natural frequency. Okay, so now we will derive the derivation differential equation. Okay. So now consider a spring mass system. Okay. So this is a spring with K and M as the mass. Okay. And it is given with an initial displacement x. Initial displacement x andre ಏನು? What is the meaning of it? ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತ್ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರಜ್ವಲ್ ಕುಮಾರ್ ಅವರಿಬ್ಬರದು ಆಡಿಯೋನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಆಡಿಯೋ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊತಾನೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ವಿಠಲ್ ಡಿ, ವೈಭವ್, ಉಲ್ಲಾಸ್.
Yes, sir.
ಯಾರಪ್ಪ ಅದು? So initial displacement x means we are just pulling this mass and leaving it. Okay. So ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಎಳೆದು ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. Okay, that is known as initial displacement. Okay. So before giving initial displacement, assume that the mass is hanging with the help of a spring. Okay. ಅದು ಹಾಗೆ hang ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. So now if we write the free body diagram for this, free body diagram in equilibrium position. Free body diagram ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು?
Sir, which are the forces? We should represent the forces.
We will represent all the forces, sir, which are acting on the body.
All the forces
or a member
on the body. Okay, very fine. Okay, now assume that the mass is simply hanging with the help of a spring and there is no initial displacement, anything. Now, can you tell me the write the free body diagram for this?
Sir, mg downwards, sir.
Mg downwards. Okay.
Restoring force upwards.
Restoring
Upwards,
force.
restoring force.
Okay, restoring force upward. What is the restoring force here?
Spring.
Sir, after we pull and leave the spring means it will come back to its original position once again.
See, now I have not given any initial displacement. I'm just trying to write the free body diagram for the
Sir, kx.
spring. There is no initial displacement. Kx
Minus kx, sir, restoring forces.
Okay, now assume that there was a spring, okay, with the initial length of L. L is the length of the spring. And now I have added a mass to this M. Then what happens to the length?
Sir,
Increases.
minus kls.
It increases, not L, it increases. It may increase by a very small quantity delta. Okay. Okay, it increases by length delta. So what is stiffness? Stiffness is equal to force by displacement. Right. Stiffness is equal to force by displacement, right?
Yes, sir.
Or force is
Yes,
equal
sir.
to force
Kx.
is equal to
Kx, sir.
Fitness into displacement.
into displacement. And
KL.
stiffness is K, and what is the displacement here?
X.
L plus delta.
Only delta. Delta is the displacement. L is the length of the spring, initial length. and that length has been increased by an amount of delta. So force is K delta. So here I need to write K delta. Okay. Is it clear? Is this K delta is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now assume that I have given some initial displacement x and released it. And then so now if I want to write this free body diagram for this mass m, so this mg is already acting on this. So mass mg is already acting because of the gravitation. Okay, mg is already acting, and because of the initial displacement, this mass will have the acceleration in the downward direction, that is mj or mx double dot. And the restoring force, what will be the restoring force?
K of x plus delta, sir.
K of
X plus delta.
because of the mass, the spring has been displaced by delta. And because of the initial displacement x, then the length of the spring has to be increased to L plus delta plus x. Right? So it will be K into delta plus x. Okay, now for equilibrium, after some time t, after time t, the restoring forces that is equal to mg minus
K
g minus k
delta plus 6.
plus x. Okay, and that is equal to mg minus k delta minus kx. So see here, before the application of the initial displacement, this is the free body diagram. Okay, here this body is in equilibrium condition. Therefore, what I can say is this mg is equal to k delta. So these two will get cancelled, and restoring force is equal to kx. Right? And for equilibrium, this restoring force should be equal to the applied force. Right?
Yes, sir.
So this restoring force can be written as mx double dot, that is equal to minus kx, or mx double dot plus kx is equal to 0. This is the differential equation for spring and mass system. Any doubt?
No doubt, sir.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And this can be written as x double dot plus k by m x, that is equal to 0. Where x double dot is equal to d square x by
dt square.
dt square. Okay. And this is recognized as the equation for SHM. This is acceleration, and this is also associated with simple harmonic motion. And this you should know from M2 or M3. The solution for second order differential equation is the solution for the above second order differential equation is x is equal to a cos omega n t plus b sin omega n t. We studied this. ಓದಿದಿರಾ ಇದು M2 M3? ಓದಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಓದಿಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ?
Yes, sir.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ M2 ನ M3 ನ ಎಲ್ಲಿತ್ತಿದೆ?
In M3, sir.
This is M3. Okay. This is the solution for the second order differential equation. Okay. What is the second order differential equation is x double dot plus a by m x is equal to 0. This is equation 1. And x is a cos omega n t plus b sin omega n t. And therefore x dot is what? X dot is ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಒಬ್ರು ಹೇಳಿ x dot ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಶಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. x dot is dx by dt that is equal to what? a cos omega n t ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಶಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ
minus
minus a sin omega t omega n omega n
sin omega n t
into omega n into omega n
omega n
into omega n na omega n ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀತೀವಿ
plus
omega n b cos omega t
cos omega t.
cos omega n t. So x double dot is
minus a omega n square
a
omega n whole square
Cos omega t.
plus b
Minus omega
plus
b
minus
Sir, minus b omega.
minus b omega n square sin omega n.
Sin omega n.
Okay, now we know the expression for x and we know the expression for x double dot. Okay, this is equation 2 and this is 3. Now substitute 2 and 3 in 1. 2 ಮತ್ತು 3 ನ ತಗೊಂಡು 1 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನಮಗೆ minus a omega n square
x double dot will be equal to minus omega n square into
minus
x.
a omega n square cos omega n t minus b omega n square sin omega n t. I think I'm running out of the time. Okay.